Well, we're making a new lockpick and we're going to head out and try and grab some loot today. We need lots of electrical components, if at all possible. Letting the generator build the power back up. We've done a bit of crafting. I'll show you very quickly before we go. Let me get up onto the platform here. As you can see, I've added 2 more elevator tracks, plus the walls just to box that area in. Now, they don't go exactly all the way to the stonework, so we'll have to put some extra ones in. Certainly moving forward as we go further up, it's going to be an issue, but we can do that. And I put a platform in at the bottom there so that you can see it's grounded to the stone below, or the earth below. Not that it was necessary. I think it was well enough supported there, but I think it looks pretty good. All nicely boxed in. Let's have a look from this side. If we can see with the tree. Yeah, you can just see there's a gap just along there. So we'll have to put some extra walls in there just to finish that off. I'm trying to work out how many we might need, possibly 2 or 3, just to get to the top. So that's a fair few resources because, of course, actually I'll quickly show you in here. Every single one of those elevator tracks needs a circuit board, which we know needs at least 6 of those electrical components, and that's what we're stuck on right now. It's not the power, it's not the mass, it's not the ingots, it's not the scrap, it's these things, these boards. So if we could maybe find a couple of those electrical components, I'd be really happy. And eventually we'll put some doors on this and neaten it all up, but I think for now it's looking pretty good. So I've got the generator running. We want the power to really get back up to maximum if we can. I do have some stuff refining here, some silicon. We've still got the lithium to do, but I'll leave that for later because we do have enough lithium for now. So I mean, you know, this is what we need to be crafting and then get on those circuit boards, 6 at a time though. And I think at the moment I have 4. And we're going to need a few of those boards, possibly, as I say, 2 or 3. So let me grab some wood before we head out, top the fire up. I have sorted the chicken out. And I have fertilised the plants because we might start using that for a bit of mass recycling. Gonna see how it goes. I'm going to need something small. We'll have a liver and onions. And yeah, a bit of water. So we'll just drink from here. And I've got my 3 lockpicks. I have a strength boost if we want to get some wood. And I have an adrenaline boost so we can always run home. That's just finished. And once that's done, yep, the power will start to really shoot up. So let's just check around here, make sure there are no boxes. Looks pretty empty. We'll go this way. And I have no idea again. I really should check during the night. I have no idea where the rogues are, so it's going to be a nice surprise running into them as we travel. I think we're going to go into the valley again because we had some good luck there. There's a bit of ore on the rock there, nothing I'm really looking for. I don't think ore is going to be a real priority today. It's really about the bags, these especially. And we are in May. We've just ticked over to May. I might be a little warm with what I'm wearing. We'll see how it goes. Let's grab the wood. Do I go down there or do I go across the rocks like I normally do? I think we'll try the rocks again. We're just coming out of a week-long heat wave here in the UK. My goodness, it has been rough. It has been very, very warm, incredibly humid, and pretty difficult to sleep, I'll be honest. So I'm exhausted. I feel exhausted. I have slept, but my God, I feel like I haven't rested at all. The air conditioner, thank goodness we have one. It's a portable one. We have to move it around. But my God, thank goodness we have that. Has been an absolute lifesaver. We don't get these days of extreme heat very often, maybe more often than we used to, but when they happen, my goodness, they're rough. Our houses are not built to keep the heat out. They're built to keep the heat in, usually. They're very well insulated and... yeah, we've not got fixed air conditioning in our houses. Which kind of sucks. I can imagine that changing in the future though, to be honest. But yeah, we've kind of coped, I guess. It's always a struggle. I really hate those extremes of temperature. I don't mind a heat wave if it's not so humid. It's the humidity that does it. It's a real energy zapper. But anyway, nice to be back in Subsistence. It's already making me feel cooler. We'll run around in the snow biome a little bit, maybe. Do I go for that bear and get this wood while I'm out? I'm really just after the crates, I'll be honest. But we'll grab the wood while we're here. Alright, let's have a look here and see what we've got going on. I do not immediately see a locked crate, so there probably isn't one around here. I am going to grab these, but I'm not going to bother with the fibre. I don't know where the cougar is. Could be up in the snow. But no bags, so let's get out of this area and find somewhere else to loot. So I think this time we will cut through and go straight down into the valley, because normally I run up and over the hill, and it's always good to take a little bit of a different route each day if you can. Because the loot does get exhausted in a particular area if you keep visiting it, so it takes a couple of days to return. That's a piggy. Just looking over there to see if there's any sign of a crate or any crates, but I can't see any right now. There's a bit of scrap. So the goal today is, if we can grab at least 6 electrical components, we will do our very best to make a circuit board, and with that circuit board hopefully we can generate enough power and mass, maybe with vegetables to be recycled. Oh, there's a locked crate. Do you see it here? Yes, maybe with enough vegetables to recycle we could make the elevator track go up another level, which would be nice. That wasn't the best lock crate. I would have preferred... that's a moose. I would have preferred a couple of electrical components in there, but I mean, normally I wouldn't complain about this. We've got another lockpick there when we're ready. How am I doing for food? Do I want to eat? I'll just eat that carrot just to get it out of the way. I've brought plenty of berry water with me. Just getting used to all the stuff on the ground over here. Alright, we'll grab some of these medicinal plants. Quite a few on this hill here. Yeah, look, another 2 patches here. And I'm going to use those for some tomato soups. We'll get our crop of tomatoes in, and that's not one of those. That's 2 of those planted together. Yeah, we'll get our tomato crops in, and we'll make some tomato soup and get that stored in the fridge, because it's really good vegetable dish. Okay, so I'm going to look over here on this slope on this side of the map today, just for a lock crate. And hopefully we don't run into any rogues who might do. This is near the watering hole, the little pond here. And they do kind of come over here to fish, from wherever they are on the map, of course. So the chances of running into one are pretty good. I love that addition. I remember before that was added, they were so static, the hunters, you could just thoroughly avoid them. And now with them walking across the map, it's just such a chance you can just run into them at any moment. It's a lot more fun. I remember when water was added to the game for the first time, there never used to be any water. And of course you used to get a lot more water bottles that you'd find in loot back then. A lot of changes over the years. Maybe at a slower pace than people like, but consistent improvements each time. Okay, I've come out onto this... I don't know why I pointed there with the gun. I've come out onto this path here because this is a good route to come through for a locked crate. What am I hearing? I saw this dark patch there under that fern and it caught me. I'll be honest, I thought that might have been a crate under there. Let's just check around here. There's lots of roles in the landscape here that crates can kind of hide in. So you do kind of need to get up onto a hill, look down, check around the place and then run through. So we'll do that. We've got a wolf. I don't really want to take him on. Don't need the meat right now. There's a bear around here somewhere. Yeah, he's just in front. Okay. Right, let's make our way back to the water and we'll go back the other way and go up the hill like I was originally planning to. Just going to grab this wood before we do. Okay, good. Well, we've got one lock crate already. We want another two, but I'm not hopeful we're going to get two. We might get another one. Plenty of time left in the day. It looks like it's just about midday, maybe just ticking over to 1 PM. So, we've got plenty of time. And that's a bear. Far enough away that he didn't start walking towards us, I think. Okay. Right, next step then, we're going to go up the hill here. And have a look over this side to see if we can see anything interesting. Yep, nothing. Alright, let's go and look around the 3 rocks up on the hill. I think we could probably find some good loot around there. There's not that many crates, unfortunately. Here's a beginnings of possibly a group of 3 here. I should probably eat those berries. We'll have a protein bar. We're alright for water. There's a bear. And there's a bit of scrap. Is this the beginnings of a loot trail? If you find a good sort of sprinkling of loot, follow the loot. Because you've got a better chance of finding more. But it is incredibly empty, isn't it? Let's grab this. There's another one of the crates. That's quite far out. I think the bear's just down there. Finding a lot of ammo bags. This is not what I'm looking for, unfortunately. Right, what have we got over here? There's a couple of dark patches. Okay, a wolf. Nothing. No, did I see something over here as well? An animal, maybe? Yeah, another wolf. If he is in the way, we will take him out. There's a moose right over the back there. Been a while since we've gone for any moose. Okay. Just pause in for a moment to check out the area. Could go for ore, but as I say, ore, we've done a bit of that and we've still got so much of it to put in the refinery. I think I'll leave the ore collecting today, unless it's like really obviously in my way. Let's see if we can get another lock crate. So around here, they're usually in this little valley between these rocks here. Sometimes as far back as here, but not normally this far back. Sometimes up on the rocks here as well. Let's go and see what's up here. I'm hearing all kinds of noises, but I think it's animals, I think. Alright, let's have a look on the rocks. I'll go a bit further out. Yep, nothing, nothing. Down here between these rocks here. Sometimes on this slope here. I'm not seeing anything, honestly. Don't know if I've missed it. Maybe I could have done. Getting lots of the medicinal plants anyway. That's good. Always good to stock up on those. There's a berry. Should be another 2 berries around here somewhere. Okay, we've got 1 bag. Let's grab this. Maybe this will have an electrical component in. Nope. Oh my god, how many have we got today? 2. Well, I think we have enough to make 1 circuit board when we get home with what we've left back at base. So that's 1 more elevator track. But it does leave us a little bit short for crafting anything else. We are really stuck. There's another board. Okay. Let's go and see if we can find a lock crate around these 3 rocks. I'm not seeing any around here. I'll just check over the hill. I'm not really expecting to see one. Nope, nothing. Okay, let's avoid the bear, let's avoid the wolf. Now, we should really look up because sometimes they're up on the rock. You can parkour up onto that rock there, and sometimes they spawn up on top, which is kind of interesting. Nice little jumping around game. I want to go around. Hopefully that wolf moves on. There's a crate. I'm going to go for the crate because, as you've seen, we need every single one of those components if we can get them. Let's hope we're lucky. Nope, but we got another apple. Alright, let's see if we find anything around here. Is that a crate up on that rock over there? Something. No, it wasn't. It was just the shape of the rock. Oh no, there is one right at the back here. Alright, well, we're going to go for this. What was chasing me? I have no idea. Another ammo crate again. Alright. Little rabbit. Should really get some of these trees. Alright, let's check just around these rocks then. No, but there is a bit of wood, a fair bit of wood as well. I mean, we've got enough to fill the fire up when we get back. And that wolf is going to be a pain. Damn it, missed that one. Did you start running to me? No. I could just take you out with a quick shotgun blast, but let's see if we can get him to stand down. Might be more crates around here. Ah, I see 2. Alright, let's get this one and this one. I don't know where the third will be. Nice, another board. Oh my goodness. Very slowly we're getting there. Let's grab this one. Oh, I'm seeing another one over there. Right, okay, let's follow the loot a little. And I thought I saw another one in the distance. It might have been this one though. Yes, perfect, okay. Where was that other thing I saw? We'll go back. Ore on the rock. There's a couple of bits of wood I'll grab. Alright, let's go back to the 3 rocks. Oh, the berry here. Let's go back to the 3 rocks and see if we can just pick up that last bit of wood that was there. That wolf should have moved back. If I stay up this high, maybe we can kind of keep him away from where we want to go, maybe. Yeah, he moved quite far away. There's a berry down there as well. I think I'm going to go and get that. He moved quite far away, actually. Oh, just itchy nose. Alright, so we'll go between these 2 rocks. I did look round the other side of this one already. We kind of quickly looked as we ran through. But it's not looking like anything's really spawning here. So I'm going to head back. We'll go through the top of the valley again. Or maybe we'll go a bit lower because of that wolf on the right. Maybe we'll get lucky and find one on one of the paths up here. Is that also? No, that's one of those fixed bushes. So we'll go up here. There probably is going to be a bear along here, I would think. I've definitely found lock crates on this path here before, and on the side of the hill. There is something up here. Is that a bit of scrap or a bag? A bag. Another crate? Nope, another berry though. We do need some protein. We'll have an apple before that expires. Another protein bar. And I'm going to have my berry water. Need to remember to change my hunter jacket for something a bit cooler. Now that we're in May. Still gets a bit cold on the evenings. But it's definitely much warmer than it was. And I don't think we need all of the insulation from this jacket. Anything around here? Not seeing any lock crate shaped things. There's a piggy. I'll grab that. Let's run up this way. Maybe we'll get one over here on the way back. I know we've kind of already had one from this area. That's the only issue. You've got much better chance of finding them in separate areas than finding 2 that are spawned in relatively the same spot, so Although, you know, it has happened. But it is probably rare. Go and see what we can see over here. We'll have another look this way again. Okay, nothing. I'm not going to run too far for these things. If they're there, they're there. If not, we'll try and cover some other ground elsewhere. So we kind of came up and over the rocks. Let's go down into the lower area here, which is just past this rock here. Down into the valley. There's a wolf coming our way. And there's an ore there, which is one of the good ones. So I am going to stop for that. I think that wolf was far enough away not to bother us right here, but we'll see. Get ready to run. Okay. So anywhere down here could be another lock crate. Oh no, I did not want fibre. Feels like we've picked up quite a bit of wood. Should we have a look? 61. You know what? Let me get some planks crafted. I'll leave a little bit behind for popping in the fire. There is a crate up here. Can we get to this one? There is a bear. It might be worth taking the bear out, honestly. Yeah, I think I'm gonna... You little bugger. Half my health gone just like that. Yikes. Okay. Well, at least we're not infected. I guess that's the thing. I don't think I need to use a health kit. I don't have a lot of the stuff that bear's going to carry, so I'm thinking of not bothering picking him up. Let's carry on just looking for a lock crate on the way home. We're almost home anyway, so... We're losing the light, and this time of night is pretty tricky to see because the sun does a weird thing. When you're angled looking straight at it, at the sunset, if you like. Alright, we've had a plane crash. I did not hear a plane though, which is kind of unusual. We'll have a look when we get back. That sounded really close, did it not? I'll be interested to see where that's landed. Right, let's get a flashlight on for this last little bit. We're almost back anyway. Grab the last bits of wood. We can top the fire up. Yeah, that sounded like maybe it was in the valley behind me. That's my guess, but honestly, who knows? It kind of echoes around the hills, and it's pretty good the way that works, but it can be awkward to just directionally pinpoint where you heard that from. Alright, let's get back inside. Shame we didn't get back a little earlier, but that's all on me. I wanted to stay out looking for stuff. I can't see any kind of flames or glow from anywhere. Let's get some lights on. We could turn this off. Right, there we go. That's much better. Do I have anything for the fridge? Yeah, we've got some berries and an apple. That's good. And the rest of the stuff's just stuff. Okay. Let's see. 14 wood. Yeah, that's not too bad. And we can do one more plank. So all together, not too bad. I'm going to make the stuff I need for this circuit board if I can. If I've got enough materials, I think I do. Might need to refine some stuff, we'll see. That is empty. Let's refill that up. Actually, do I have anything in the fire? I did put some fat on to render. Just a couple. Right, let's top this back up because that's completely out. So I would say it probably hasn't finished filling up the power. Oh no, I am wrong. Maybe. Yeah, maybe it just ran out just at the wrong time. Right, let's get some stuff crafted then. So we want 2 of these. And 2 of these. And then we're going to need mass. So we will turn the mass fabricator on. We'll grab this. And we've got a bit more of you and some more iron. More iron, more copper. We've got some potassium, which I will just drop in there. In fact, I might just refine that, drop it in the garden. And then we've got a few of these things. Let's drop those away. And the fibre. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now you see how these are going. So 1 more of these. And we can make 1 circuit board. And then I think we only need scrap and something else. I can't remember. You'd think I'd remember it by now. Well, we've got to go and put the plants, the seeds upstairs. Sorry, it's so dark up here. I'm going to have to get more light in. We do have lights in here. Okay, so for another elevator track, we are going to need, oh yeah, 2 ingots and 5 scrap. We have enough mass. I can probably turn off that mass fabricator. But, as you can see, if I put this torch on, we will need another 3 walls in order to continue up what we're doing here. And we can go 1 higher. So we'll make 3 walls and we'll bring up 2 ingots and 5 scrap. And let's turn this off. We don't want to waste this if we don't have to. Right. Map. It's going to be dark. This is going to be dark, but let's see where this crash happened. Oh, okay. Where are we? Here. Oh gosh, okay, so we were... Yeah, we were here recently, so there's a little gap through the rocks, sort of here-ish, I think. We were up here looking for lock crates. So here are the 3... Bit difficult to see in this light. Oh, here are the 3 big... let me move this again. Is that where I'm thinking? Let me get my bearings. That's all rock. Yeah, we walked past here earlier. So this is one of the ponds. Here are the big 3 rocks on that hill. We were walking backwards and around. Where we had a wolf hanging around here. The trees sort of here on the hill. And yeah, we were here. And they've crashed right there. That's not bad. That's not a bad place for us to go and raid those hunters. Yeah, there's the pond down by that lovely big sort of arrangement of rocks there. Really OG area of the map. And we're here. So we've only really got to run, not too far. Sorry, the map's a little dark. Not much I can do about that, I'm afraid. Alright, let's see. We've got that. We need 2 ingots and 5 scrap. And then we need to make 3 of these. Luckily we made all of those boards. And the fire has been topped up. What we do need to check on is our chicken. We've got an egg. And we need food and water for the chicken. Get that egg placed away. I'll take this and a couple of water. Right, let's fill this up. One more. Yeah, one more. One water's good enough, I think. Pretty good. I must remember to turn that light off out there. And we'll top up. Do I need water? I need a bit of water. And we need a bit of food as well. Both we need here. But we're not hungry enough for a big meal. So let's have one of those and an apple. And that's good enough. Right, let's top up the water. And we'll get that on the fire. I'll leave that on for the moment. Do you need to be switched on? You do. We'll just top you back up again. Keep the tank filled. I love having the water tank. I mean, it's only a short run to the water there, but it's just so handy just to be able to fill things up. Alright, well, we've got everything we need. Let's turn lights off. Save a bit of power. And we've had enough to eat and drink. And the chicken's sorted. And power mass is fine. I could make another couple of these, but let's go and make the elevator track. Because that's going to use a bit of our mass. I think it was 60, wasn't it? 60 mass. Lovely. Oh, our tomatoes are ready. We should pick those and replant. Let's do that right now. I'm using a few tomatoes just for when I need a quick vegetable. So they're going down fairly quickly. It's amazing the difference having the lights on these beds makes. It's so much faster. Right, let's grab that. And let's grab some seeds. So what do we want to replant? 2 lots of tomatoes? We've got plenty of potatoes, haven't we? Let's do 2 lots of tomatoes in here. And let's do another 5 seeds. And we've got plenty left. Always like to keep a good quantity of those just in hand. Ideally 8, but I've done 10 there. It won't hurt. And I've got 2 beds of potatoes plus a couple left over there. Should probably put carrots in downstairs when we get there. But I think these are still growing because they're not lit. So they've only got a certain amount of daylight hours. There we go. That's a pretty good number of vegetables. Good. Okay, let's get this next elevator track in. I actually love the way this has turned out. It's a little bit of different layout and design, but I'm pretty happy with it. We'll definitely get some more glass. Possibly a couple of these side pieces we'll replace with some glass panels. Maybe like in the middle there, those 2 we'll do glass and then leave the wood further up. But yeah, for now. Right, we can go up a certain level. Now what I do need to make sure is that I don't fall off here, so let's see how this goes. So number 6, we'll bring this towards me. That's going to be the next side. As you can see, that doesn't hit the rock face, so we are going to have to do some work with that. Let's bring this in here. Okay. And then we need the one that we're looking at here. Now this is the tricky one, of course. What I don't want to do is fall off because that would be bad. And I do need to spin this one around. Can I bring it any closer to me? No. Well, that'll do though. That'll do. All right, and then we've got this, which is going to go here. Can I bring that closer to me? Yes. All right. We're gonna have to be so careful. I may put glass walls really close here to stop me falling out, because I just have an awful feeling. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I think we're going to need 1, 2, possibly 3 more of these. It's a pretty good view from up here. Can I turn off the HUD? I can. Yeah, pretty nice view. I haven't looked from up on the cliff to see what this place looks like, actually. I'm so worried I'm going to fall off here. I don't know what I'm stuck on right now. I daren't move. I'm trying to move forward so I can look over the edge. Oh, no! Oh my gosh, I must be very close to it. Oh yeah, I am. I wish you could move in third person. Can you see here that I've got this gap down the back? It's not ideal, but the problem is, in order to mitigate that, we would have to put the elevator cradle starting on the floor above, because I think that's closer. If you can see, the bottom layer is embedded in the rock. The layer above is just resting above the rock. So I can't really demonstrate it, but if you see, I could put a floor there and start the elevator on the top of the rock that's sort of sloping away from the ground upwards. We could start the elevator there and save ourselves a floor, but the problem with that is then we'd have to have a set of stairs or something up to the first platform, and I just like the way this looks. What I was thinking was, wouldn't it be funny if this was a hunter trap, where if they ran off the top of the cliff and fell down that gap, what would happen? Would they just get stuck there? And that would be it? That would be hilarious. But yeah, there is an opportunity for me to maybe move that back, but looking at it now, I see that the floor, if I moved it up a level, would probably be even more embedded in the rock than it is right now. I'll put the HUD back on so I can see what I'm doing. Oh my god! Yeah, so here, as you can see, there's a little bit of rock showing. The floor, if we put it on this level here, we'd need stairs going up, and then I think the rock even more would intrude with this cradle here, maybe, because it would be further back into the rock. It wouldn't be here, it would be further back, if that makes sense. But anyway, I'm liking the look of this. Let's see what it looks like from the sides. Yeah, we do need to finish off the edges here. And once we've got a floor covering the gap and all that stuff, you won't even know. But I am definitely thinking of putting a glass wall on here. We don't need one at this level, because obviously this is where we're going to walk in. But I think glass here, glass here, glass here, all the way up, so that we actually just can't fall out of that cradle. So yeah, another couple of those, and I don't know how many electrical components we had left. But I do know we're going to have to go out again for another good day's looting. We're halfway towards a new one, because we need 6. Yeah, so we've got half of what we need. I think I'm going to make another 2 of these and another 2 of these in preparation, and we've got that for the garden. Let's get this refining. I think I can leave it like that. We've got plenty of power there, and we should be bringing in quite a bit right now. Yeah, a little bit more than we're using for sure during the day. Okay, let's grab our water, and I think that's probably where we are going to leave this one for today. Let me just drop these away in here. Let's see if the chicken needs anything, because we kind of have used a bit of the day. No, we're good. I'm just going to put some of this fertilizer on the plants. We can make another steak and eggs, which I think I'll do because it takes a while to do. And while I'm doing that, let's sort out the plants. And yeah, I think that's been a decent day. So split that in half, this in half, this in half. Let's see how we go. That should fill everything up. Pretty much, I think. And we'll get some water routed to these soon. I do think I'm going to connect them up to the water tanks as well. Oh, do you see the hunters running around in the background? I don't know if you saw that there on the hill. Yeah, look, they're running backwards and forwards. Back to the fire, running back to the base. Something's happening. I think they are probably engaged with an animal. They're up on the hill running around as well. That's not me. I've not done anything to them, so it must be an animal. He's settled down now. Hopefully that can be seen. It's quite far away. But yeah, anyway, that is where I'm going to leave this one. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.